Players who use their physical skills and/or anticipation and have a positional advantage on an opponent shall not lose that advantage through illegal use of hands, arms, or sticks of his opponent. If a player is deprived of that advantage by an illegal act, the appropriate penalty for hooking, holding, or interference should be assessed to the offender. A restraining foul occurs when a player, making no attempt to play the puck, uses his stick to impede the progress of a player. It is here we see the stick of the checking player high on the leg, making no attempt to play the puck. As the player attempts to play the loose puck, he is again held back by the hooking action, losing a scoring opportunity. This is hooking, requiring the assessment of a penalty. As the player in blue is going into the attacking zone, there is a small hook, then a more severe hook a second time. What started out as a 3-on-2 situation due to the hook now becomes a 2-on-3 situation. As the player in yellow catches up, we now end up in a 2-on-3 and eliminate any advantage to the attacking team. Ruling is to assess the hooking penalty. In the action behind the yellow net, we can see the player in yellow with a free arm around the brown player, preventing him from getting to the loose puck and at the same time causing the player to lose his speed and momentum, with the possibility of preventing that player going to the front of the net. This is a holding infraction. As the player in the blue sweater makes a pass to a teammate back of the yellow net, the blue player is held up by the defending player at the edge of the net and, as such, is not able to receive the pass or get to the loose puck. An interference penalty should be assessed to the defending player. The player in the brown sweater is going in on the net, hooked from behind by the yellow player, and loses a scoring opportunity. Ruling is to assess a hooking penalty. A player can use his body position in order to tie up an opponent. The game officials should penalize the actions of the players in front of the net when one player tries to eliminate the position and movement of the other player using his stick or his hands to impede the opponent. In all cases, the player should be penalized for interference. The altercation in front of the white net begins with the white player putting his stick on the front of the body of the red player, restraining his movement. Eventually, the red player retaliates, slashing on the legs of the white player. As the red player still tries to get position, the white player puts his stick between the legs, who again retaliates with another slashing action. The stick of the white player now comes up to the head area of red 94. A scrum follows. Ruling: white, minor penalty for interference plus high sticking. Red 94, a minor penalty for slashing. If a player, in the process of checking his opponent, drives his shoulder, hand, forearm, or elbow in an upwards action in order to make a check to the head or neck area of the player, then he must be penalized. This action should be classified as checking to the head and neck area and penalized accordingly. The player, green number 6, as the puck carrier, is checked by white number 9. In this situation, white number 9 directs his shoulder to the head of green 6. The emphasis in this action is that white number 9 straightens up his legs and drives his shoulder to the head of green 6, who is slightly bent over. This is checking to the head. With the loose puck along the boards near the goal line, white number 14 is trying to play the puck. The yellow number 4, making no attempt to play the puck, moves in to check the player, and at the same time raising his arm and elbow and directing these to the head area of white number 14. Yellow number 4 had a good opportunity to check the player in a legal manner. This action should be classified as checking to the head.